Hey everyone, it's Denise Donahue, your mortgage nerd, and today is episode 3, I believe, of the Mortgage Nerd News Rate Update. I always like to keep my clients informed of what the rate market's doing. No, I don't expect you to be an expert, but if you're in the process of buying a home or thinking of buying a home, you want to stay aware of what the rate market is doing and make sure that you hire a mortgage banker that follows the bond market because you want to make sure that you're locking your interest rate in, not necessarily when you go under contract, but at the lowest point before you close on your home so you can ultimately get the lowest interest rate for you and your family. So today is Sunday, January 28th. I can't believe that we are already almost done with January. That's crazy. And I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on with the bond market. It's kind of crazy here. So for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this is what the bond chart looks like. And mortgage interest rates, fixed rates are directly tied to the bond market. And so what I'm constantly looking at is how the bonds are moving because when the bond prices are high, interest rates are low. So if we look at this chart here to the left, it's going to show you the bond price. And this bottom chart here shows you the date. And so what you see here towards the end of January is we have a little bit of what's called a head and shoulders trend. And that's because you see the bond prices going up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's been, if you see here, towards the middle of January, this is where the bond prices were. And ever since the middle of January, we've seen bond prices drop, which means there's been a pretty healthy increase, almost 0.25% in the interest rates. And it's important to know why. Well, the bonds change in price predominantly from three different things: the unemployment rate, inflation, and GDP. And so let's talk specifically about this week. On Friday, the GDP report came out, and it was a little bit lower than what we had expected for the economy, which was actually good news for the interest rates, because whenever we miss that mark, then typically the bond prices come down. Bond prices go up and interest rates go down. So we had a little bit of a miss. Now, to be fair, it came in at about 2.6. We were expecting 3%. So it wasn't that big of a miss. And so what we're seeing here is this head and shoulders trend. And what we're hoping is that for the next week, we see this trend. You can see here this little red dot is the most recent one. We hope that it'll trend upward, thus making the interest rates come down. Of course, we have no way of knowing, but it's kind of surprising because the unemployment is below 4%. You know, the Dow's doing the best it's ever been. And so what's causing all this? Well, I was following one of the economists, and this is what they had quoted. They said, it's because we continue to create the wrong kind of jobs. So even though unemployment is down, it's people are employed, but they're not necessarily employed in the jobs that they want. They said the jobs being created are low-paying jobs, jobs that are below the median income and that don't propel the economy. He said, just ask the next Uber driver what is his real job. Most likely he or she is making considerably more money doing something else in the past. And so although unemployment is down, it's not necessarily in the jobs or the income that we're looking for. So this is your Mortgage Nerd News Rate Update. Again, it is January 28th. I will keep you updated every single week. And of course, you can follow my Facebook page. Every single Thursday, we post directly from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac what the interest rates are. So make sure you follow my business page called The Mortgage Nerd, and I will keep you updated every single week. Take care and have a great week.